Have you ever thought that the simple act of reheating last night's dinner could quietly harm your health? Science reveals a hidden truth. Certain foods, when reheated, can release toxic compounds linked to cancer, digestive problems, and even long-term brain decline. In this video, we'll uncover the 5 common foods that doctors and nutritionists warn against reheating. Foods you probably eat every week thinking they're safe. But when microwaved or cooked twice, they can silently turn against your body. But before we dive into the science, let me tell you a story. A friend of mine, Michael, is a busy father of 2 in Chicago. Every Sunday, he meal preps a big pot of spinach soup and trays of roasted chicken to save time during the week. One afternoon, after microwaving his leftovers, he felt bloated, sluggish, and strangely foggy. At first, he blamed stress at work. But later, after learning about what happens to certain foods when reheated, he realized the problem wasn't his job. It was his kitchen habits. And Michael isn't alone. Millions of Americans reheat food every day without knowing the hidden risks. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover could change the way you look at your fridge, your microwave, and even the way you cook for your family. Spinach is often called a superfood. It's rich in vitamins A, C, and K, packed with iron and antioxidants. For many families in America, spinach is in smoothies, salads, even Sunday soups. But here's the hidden truth. When spinach is reheated after being stored, its natural nitrates can transform into nitrosamines, compounds that scientists have linked to stomach cancer, colorectal cancer, and even long-term brain decline. A 2023 study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry confirmed that high heat accelerates nitrate breakdown. And the World Health Organization warns that nitrosamines are among the most dangerous carcinogens known. Think about Michael's story again. He cooked a big pot of spinach soup for the week. By Tuesday, he microwaved a bowl for lunch. It tasted fine, but what he didn't see was that invisible chemical change inside the spinach, a change that over time could quietly damage his body. Jim Carrey once spoke about his struggle with depression. And while spinach doesn't cause depression, science shows that toxins from reheated food can fuel brain inflammation, which makes conditions like memory decline even worse. Here's the lesson. Spinach is not the enemy. Fresh spinach is still one of the healthiest foods on earth. But treat it with care. Eat it fresh in salads. Blend it raw in smoothies. Or, if it's cooked, enjoy it cold the next day instead of reheating it again and again. Because food is more than fuel. It's information for your body. And the way you treat it is the way it will treat you back. Now let's move to another comfort food, one that almost every American loves: potatoes. Potatoes are one of America's favorite comfort foods. Mashed, baked, or roasted, they're on the table in every household. But when potatoes are cooked, cooled slowly, and then reheated, they can become a silent health risk. As potatoes cool, their starch transforms into what scientists call resistant starch. In moderation, this can be healthy for the gut. But the real danger is this. Stored improperly, especially when wrapped in foil, potatoes can create the perfect low-oxygen environment for a deadly bacteria, Clostridium botulinum. The CDC has reported botulism outbreaks linked to foil-wrapped baked potatoes left at room temperature. It's invisible, no smell, no taste. But its toxins can cause nausea, dizziness, and in severe cases, paralysis. Imagine this. You bake a tray of potatoes for Sunday dinner. You wrap the leftovers in foil and put them in the fridge. On Tuesday, you microwave them for a quick lunch. The taste may seem fine, but hidden toxins could already be there. Lady Gaga has spoken about her struggles with chronic pain. And scientists know that toxins and inflammation in the gut can worsen fatigue and body pain over time. Here's the lesson. Don't fear potatoes, but handle them with care. Cook only what you'll eat fresh. Cool leftovers quickly. Store them in airtight glass containers, not foil. And when you reheat, use the oven or stovetop for even heating, never more than once. Because small choices in your kitchen can either protect your health or put it quietly at risk. Now let's move from potatoes to another food Americans eat every morning: eggs. Eggs are a cornerstone of American breakfasts. Scrambled, boiled, or baked, they are affordable, versatile, and packed with nutrition. They provide high-quality protein and choline, a nutrient essential for brain health. But here's the problem. When eggs are reheated, especially in the microwave or at high heat, they undergo chemical changes that can harm your body. The sulfur compounds in eggs break down, causing rubbery texture and unpleasant odor. More concerning is cholesterol oxidation. Reheating eggs can turn healthy cholesterol into oxysterols, compounds linked to inflammation, heart disease, and even memory decline. A 2022 study in Nutrition Reviews confirmed that oxidized cholesterol accelerates cognitive decline. Imagine this. You boil a dozen eggs on Sunday for the week. On Wednesday, you microwave one for breakfast. It seems convenient. But what you don't notice is that each reheating quietly adds stress to your body through hidden inflammation. For older adults, this risk is even higher, as the body processes fats less efficiently with age. The lesson here is simple. Enjoy eggs fresh whenever possible. If you meal prep eggs, eat them cold in salads or sandwiches instead of reheating. And if reheating is unavoidable, use gentle, low heat on a stovetop, never the microwave. Because sometimes protecting your brain and heart begins with something as small as how you handle your breakfast. Now let's move on to another household favorite. Chicken, the protein most Americans cook in bulk. Chicken is one of the most popular proteins in America. Grilled, roasted, or baked, it's often seen as the healthy, lean choice. Many families and fitness enthusiasts meal prep chicken in bulk for the week. But here's the hidden issue. When chicken is reheated, especially in the microwave or at very high heat, its proteins undergo a second transformation. This second heating makes the protein tougher, harder to digest, and less bioavailable for your body. Worse, repeated reheating leads to the formation of AGEs, advanced glycation end products, compounds linked to chronic inflammation. Harvard researchers in 2022 found that high levels of AGEs accelerate aging, increase heart disease risk, and may worsen Alzheimer's disease. Imagine this. On Sunday, you roast a tray of chicken breasts for the week. By Tuesday, you reheat one in the microwave. The texture feels rubbery, the taste slightly off. What you taste is only the surface. Beneath it, chemical changes have made the chicken harder on your body. Simone Biles, the Olympic gymnast, once stepped back from competition to protect her mental and physical health. Like her, we also need to protect ourselves from silent stressors, even from the food we eat. The lesson here is clear. Chicken is healthy, but only if handled wisely. Cook smaller batches so you eat fresh more often. If you have leftovers, enjoy them cold in salads or wraps instead of reheating. And if reheating is necessary, use gentle, low heat on a stovetop or oven. Never high heat in the microwave. Because small adjustments like this reduce silent inflammation and protect your long-term health. Now let's turn to a unique food that many love, mushrooms, the earthy ingredient that hides its own reheating risks. Mushrooms are loved for their earthy flavor, chewy texture, and impressive health benefits. They are packed with antioxidants, B vitamins, and compounds that support the immune system. But unlike most vegetables, mushrooms are highly sensitive to reheating. When reheated, their delicate proteins and enzymes break down further, making them harder to digest and less nutritious. Worse, reheating can trigger oxidation of fats in mushrooms, producing compounds that fuel oxidative stress, a driver of aging and chronic disease. A 2021 food chemistry study found that reheated mushrooms lose up to 30% of their antioxidant capacity. Picture this. You cook a creamy mushroom risotto for dinner, store the leftovers, and microwave it the next day. The mushrooms taste rubbery, watery, even slimy. That change in texture is your body's warning sign. For older adults, weak digestion and lower antioxidant defenses make these hidden changes even riskier. The lesson here: mushrooms are healthy, but best eaten fresh. If you have leftovers, store them in sealed glass containers to avoid moisture buildup. And when possible, enjoy them cold in salads instead of reheating. Because food should energize you, not weigh you down with hidden stress. Now let's look beyond these 5 foods because they are not the only ones that carry hidden risks when reheated. Other foods to watch. Spinach, potatoes, eggs, chicken, and mushrooms are the big five. But they are not the only foods that carry risks when reheated. Let's look at 3 more everyday foods many Americans eat. Rice. When rice is cooked and left at room temperature, it can develop Bacillus cereus, a bacteria that produces toxins causing vomiting and diarrhea. The CDC has reported outbreaks of food poisoning linked to improperly stored rice. Seafood. Leftover fish or shellfish can produce histamine when reheated, leading to allergic reactions like headaches, rashes, or difficulty breathing. A 2020 NIH report warned that histamine poisoning is often misdiagnosed as an allergy. Dairy-based sauces. Creamy sauces or soups spoil quickly, and reheating them may not kill all bacteria, especially if left too long in the fridge. Think about it. Chinese takeout fried rice, leftover shrimp pasta, or creamy Alfredo sauce in your fridge. All of these can quietly turn against you when reheated. The lesson here is clear. Reheating is not always safe, even for foods you don't suspect. When in doubt, follow the golden rule. Cook fresh, store smart, and eat within 1 to 2 days. Now let's talk about why these risks are even greater for older adults, and what makes their bodies more vulnerable. Why older adults are at higher risk. As we age, our bodies change. Digestion slows, the immune system weakens, and the brain becomes more vulnerable to toxins. The National Institutes of Health reported in 2022 that older adults are significantly more affected by foodborne toxins and oxidative stress. What might feel like a small stomach upset in your 20s can turn into serious digestive problems in your 60s. Think about a grandmother in Texas reheating chicken soup every day for a week. For younger people, it might only cause mild discomfort. For her, it can trigger inflammation that worsens arthritis or memory fog. Lady Gaga once said, "Healing is not glamorous." And for seniors, protecting health often means paying attention to the small, unglamorous details, like how food is stored and reheated. The lesson is simple. Aging bodies need gentler care. Avoid risky reheating practices, and choose fresh, lightly cooked meals whenever possible. Because small habits in the kitchen can decide whether your later years are filled with energy or weighed down by illness. Now, let's move to something practical. The smart habits of meal prep and reheating that can keep you safe. Smarter meal prep. Meal prep has become a lifestyle in America, from busy students in New York to fitness enthusiasts in California. But the secret isn't just cooking in bulk. It's knowing how to store and reheat food without creating hidden dangers. The CDC suggests a simple rule: 2 hours, 2 inches, 4 days. Refrigerate food within 2 hours, store in shallow containers no more than 2 inches deep, and eat within 4 days. For proteins like chicken or beef, reheat only once. Instead of reheating the whole pot, take out a portion and heat just that. Imagine a college athlete in Los Angeles prepping grilled chicken and rice for the week. If he reheats small portions each day instead of the entire batch, he lowers the risk of harmful bacteria growth. Think of food like a message to your body. If it's fresh and clean, the message is thrive. If it's reheated carelessly, the message is struggle. A small notebook or fridge whiteboard can become your ally. Write down when food was cooked and when it should be eaten. The lesson, smart meal prep isn't about saving time only. It's about saving health. Now, let's close this journey with a powerful checklist. A simple guide to keep your meals safe, nutritious, and truly healing. Quick rules for safe and healing meals. 1. Refrigerate within 2 hours. Don't leave food sitting out. 2. Store in shallow containers. Max 2 inches deep for faster cooling. 3. Eat within 4 days. After that, risk grows fast. 4. Reheat only once. Take small portions, not the whole pot. 5. Avoid reheating high-risk foods. Spinach, potatoes, mushrooms, rice, eggs. 6. When in doubt, throw it out. Health is worth more than a leftover meal. 7. Fresh is best. Remember, food is information for your body. At the end of the day, food isn't just fuel. It's a daily message to your body, one that can heal, energize, or slowly harm. Every choice you make in the kitchen shapes tomorrow's health. So next time you reach for leftovers, remember, you deserve meals that make you thrive, not struggle. If this video gave you even one helpful idea, imagine what's waiting in the next one. Hit subscribe and join our community where healing, health, and wisdom come together. Until then, take care of your meals, and they'll take care of you.